Imagine a car that makes a Bugatti look. Sounds insane, right? Well, meet the Zenvo Aurora, a machine with nearly 1,900 horsepower and a top speed that'll push past 280 miles per hour. Yeah, you heard that right, 280. And no, this isn't some concept sketch or a billionaire's daydream. It's real, it's Danish, and only 100 people on the planet will ever get their hands on one. This thing isn't just another hypercar. It's aiming to rewrite the rulebook of speed, design, and exclusivity. So today, we're breaking it all down. The looks, the insane engineering, the driving experience, and of course, whether this $3 million rocket actually makes sense. Trust me, you're going to want to see this. All right, let's start with what you see first, the design. Because let's be honest, the Zenvo Aurora doesn't look like a car you just drive. It looks like something you'd launch into space. That front end is razor sharp, almost like a shark's nose cutting through water. The entire body is sculpted with massive intakes, vents, and those insane curves that don't just sit there looking pretty. They actually guide air through the car to keep it cool at high speeds. And trust me, when you're pushing close to 1,900 horsepower, cooling isn't optional. It's survival. The carbon fiber work here is gorgeous, exposed in places so you can actually see the craftsmanship, and layered in a way that keeps the weight low, but the strength sky high. Those huge wheel arches, they're not just wide for style. They're housing monster tires that grip the road like claws. And then there's the rear. A massive diffuser dominates the back, almost like it was stolen straight from a Le Mans race car. And the taillights are these sleek, futuristic slits that just scream, "I'm from the future." Overall, the Aurora isn't about elegance like a Ferrari. It's about aggression, precision, and aerodynamics. It's a machine that looks fast even when it's standing still. Interior and driver experience. Step inside and you immediately realize this isn't your typical luxury supercar. Forget plush leather and champagne coolers. Zenvo built the Aurora's interior like a cockpit. The seats are slim, tight, and wrapped in Alcantara to keep you glued in place when the G-forces kick in. The driving position is low, almost like you're lying back in a fighter jet, and every control is angled toward the driver. It feels personal, like the whole car is designed around you. The steering wheel is stripped down, no unnecessary buttons cluttering it, just what you need to control a beast like this. Behind it, you've got a racing-focused digital display that gives you only the essentials: speed, revs, and performance data. Forget about massive infotainment screens. This car doesn't care if you're streaming Spotify. Even the pedals feel different. Lightweight, precise, and built for track driving. And while yes, there are touches of luxury, stitched leather, carbon fiber trim, and details that remind you this is still a multi-million-dollar machine. Make no mistake, this cabin is all about performance. It's not trying to pamper you. It's trying to prepare you for takeoff. Engine and performance specs. Now here's where things get downright ridiculous. The heart of the Aurora. Underneath that sculpted shell lives a 6-liter twin-turbocharged V12 paired with electric motors, delivering a combined output of 1,850 horsepower. Just think about that for a second. That's more power than 2 Formula One cars combined, in something you can technically drive on the road. 0 to 60? Just 2.3 seconds. And if you've got the guts and, let's be honest, a private runway, this thing will top out at 280 miles per hour. And it's not just raw numbers. Zenvo engineered this hybrid system, so the electric motors fill in the gaps where the turbos might lag. That means instant throttle response, no hesitation, just brutal acceleration every single time you touch the pedal. The transmission is a lightweight 7-speed setup, designed for lightning-fast shifts, and the car offers multiple driving modes, so you can go from track day monster to something a little more tame on the road. Though, let's be real, nothing about this car is tame. It's savage performance, wrapped up in engineering precision, driving experience. But let's get to the fun part, what it's actually like to drive. Because all the numbers in the world don't mean much if the car doesn't deliver behind the wheel. Fire up that V12, and it doesn't whisper, it roars. The sound is raw, mechanical, and absolutely unapologetic. Add in the electric motors, and you get this futuristic undertone, like a jet engine spooling up beneath you. It's not just noise, it's theater. On the move, the Aurora feels razor sharp. The steering is direct, giving you immediate feedback. Every tiny movement of your hands translates instantly to the road. Cornering is brutal in the best way. The car feels planted, like it's glued to the asphalt, even when you're pushing speeds that would make most cars panic. Now, let's be honest, it's not comfortable in the way a Bentley or Bugatti might be. The suspension is stiff, the cabin is tight, and you feel every bump on the road. But that's the point. The Aurora is built to make you feel alive, to keep your senses firing at 110%. On the track, it's a weapon. On the road, it's, well, let's just say it's an event every single time you start it up. And honestly, isn't that what a hypercar is supposed to be? Exclusivity and price. Now, here's where things get really interesting. The Zenvo Aurora isn't just about performance, it's about exclusivity. Zenvo is only building 100 units worldwide. That's it. Once they're gone, they're gone. And the price tag? Around $2.8 to $3 million, depending on spec. For that kind of money, you could easily buy a Bugatti Chiron and still have enough left over for a Lamborghini Revuelto. But here's the catch. Those cars aren't nearly as rare. Owning an Aurora isn't just about buying speed, it's about buying something almost nobody else will ever touch. It's the kind of car you don't just see at a dealership. You see it once in a lifetime at a private collection or on a closed track. So really, the Aurora isn't competing with Ferraris and Lamborghinis. It's playing in the same league as Koenigsegg's and Pagani's. Cars where rarity and uniqueness are just as important as performance numbers. Conclusion. So, what's the final word on the Zenvo Aurora? Honestly, it's more than just another hypercar. It's a statement. A car built not to fit in with Ferrari, Lamborghini, or Bugatti, but to stand out on its own as something truly rare and outrageous. It's savage performance, cutting-edge engineering, and exclusivity all rolled into one. But at the same time, it's not trying to be practical. It's not trying to be comfortable. It's a hypercar in the purest sense of the word. And here's the big question. If you had around $3 million sitting in your account, would you spend it on this Aurora? Or would you go for something like a Chiron, a Rimac Nevera, or maybe even 2 or 3 other supercars instead? Drop your answer down in the comments. I'd love to know what you'd pick. And if you enjoyed this breakdown of the Aurora, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next one. Because trust me, we've got even crazier cars coming up.